Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I usually focus on fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, fragrances, and pretty much whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell so that you do not miss an upload from me. Okay, you guys, so today I am back with a highly requested video. You guys have been asking me to do one of these videos for years, and I am finally going to do it. Valentine's Day is in a few days, and I usually make content for my girls, but today I have some fragrance content for the guys. Okay, so you guys have been asking me to do this, and it has taken me a while because I'm like, I don't know how to even make content for the guys, you know, but I do have some fragrances here that I do want to recommend that I love for guys. And of course, you guys know most fragrances these days, especially niche brands, they are unisex fragrances. So if any of the girls out there have these, you know, that's fine. You can wear them too. You guys can share them. And some of these I have in my personal collection that I love. And I used to love unisex fragrances. I would say within the last couple years, I've been really into girly, just like fun, not too serious fragrances. But these are really good, really sexy, and we'll break them down into some categories. So whether you're looking for a gift for that special man in your life, your dad, your brother, your husband, your boyfriend, just a friend, or if you're a guy watching this content and you are just looking to treat yourself for Valentine's Day, or you want to, you know, get some ideas on what you should pull for to wear for date night or a date, then this video is for you. So we're going to start off with one of my favorite scent categories when it comes to a male fragrance, okay? And that is my fresh and clean. But I do like a fresh and clean scent on a man that has a little bit of oomph to it. Not the cool water kind of clean, but just that aquatic kind of clean but sexy. So a tried and true fragrance that I have to start off with in this category is Bleu de Chanel. You guys, here is the bottle. Absolutely classic and just pretty. It's a dark blue bottle, as you can see, and this is the Eau de Parfum. Love this one, and I also like the Toilette. But you guys, this is one of those just easy reach for fresh fragrances for men. It has that typical kind of like, you know, masculine DNA, but it's soft. I love this on a guy. If anytime someone asks me about a gift to get a man, like as far as a fragrance, especially if he's not like a frag head, because obviously he would know about this, but if he's not like a frag head and you just want him to smell good, I'm always going to recommend Bleu de Chanel. So Bleu de Chanel has tons of notes. So it's going to open up with some grapefruit, some lemon, mint, and bergamot, pink pepper. It has some aldehydes and some coriander in here. You know it can't be a Chanel fragrance without those aldehydes. But for whatever reason, Chanel does men's aldehydes so much better than her own. Than the women's fragrances. But then in the middle, we have the ginger, some nutmeg, jasmine, and melon. And then in the base, we have incense, amber, cedar, sandalwood, amberwood, patchouli, and labdanum, you guys. Oh my goodness. This one is just, it's so fresh, but it has that depth. I get the coriander, I get the incense. It has like an underlying sweetness to it that's not too out of the shower clean, but it's just that sexy, clean, fresh type of scent for a man. I get a lot of the grapefruit in this, so it is a little bit fruity, but you get that woodiness in here as well, and the way that the incense comes through on this one. This is the epitome of a daily wear fragrance for men. If you're just looking for a safe blind buy, if you're looking for something that you can wear every single day, whether you're going to church, whether you're going on a first date, something non-offensive, but you're going to smell good and get a compliment. When you go in for that hug, she's going to be like, oh, you smell good. You know, this is that fragrance. It is safe to wear any and everywhere. I think this is a perfect first fragrance. You know, it's just amazing. So I love Bleu de Chanel. It is nothing, you know, out of the ordinary. It's not super unique, but this smells good. And I mean, when I tell you across the board, I don't know anyone who does not like this fragrance. So a safe blind buy if you need to purchase online and you can't get to the store and smell this. And also if you're buying this for a gift, So good. Love this fragrance, and I never get tired of smelling this on a man. Next up, in the same category, we have Imagination from Louis Vuitton. And this is what the bottle looks like, y'all. So as you can see, it is the typical Louis Vuitton clear bottle, but it has that blue juice in here. And the blue juice is very much indicative of this fragrance. What I love about this fragrance is that it's a fresh fragrance, but it has some cinnamon in here and some tea. And overall, I really get like a sweetened iced tea scent with some freshness, like some lemon and lime and all those things. This is another one of those easy reach fragrances, but if you want to amp it up and spend a little bit more and have a niche, well, it's not really a niche, it's a designer fragrance, but if you want to have something that's just a little bit more elevated, this is so good. What I love about Louis Vuitton fragrances across the board is that no matter how light the scent is, no matter how fresh the scent is, they are so potent, okay? They last forever, and I love that because it's really hard to get a very light fragrance to project and to last all day, and Imagination is no different. This is a beautiful fragrance. You also have some ginger and neroli in here and some ambroxan, and I feel like that ambroxan really does help this fragrance to last long because, again, like, this puts me in the mind frame of just like a sweetened iced tea, not sweet tea, but sweetened iced tea. It's not too sweet. Sweetened iced tea with like a lime wedge, just like super refreshing and just a really nice fragrance. Again, I think this is blind buy safe, perfect if you are looking for something to gift a man in your life, or if you want to treat yourself. This is one that you can wear all year round. One thing about men's fragrances, I just love when men smell fresh, but because these have like that depth with the cinnamon and a little bit of guaiac wood in here, I feel like men can wear their fresh and clean scents all year round. They're not just strictly, you know, spring summer fragrances. This one is so nice, you guys, and I love a little bit of a sweetness when it comes to a male fragrance. I love that. So you'll see that that is a running theme in all of the fragrances that we're going to talk about. That underlying sweetness, something about that feminine kind of take on a fragrance that comes through on a man is so sexy and so beautiful. So love Imagination, and this is like very popular, so I'm pretty sure you guys have smelled this one before, but it is a really good one and it's popular for a reason. Next up, we have to talk about Lemensity, okay? And next up, we have to talk about Lemensity. This is from Louis Vuitton as well, as you can see. And this has that same signature clear bottle, but this has like that golden type of juice in this. This one is very similar to Imagination in my opinion, but what I love about this one is that it dries down super ambery and it leans a little bit more masculine in my opinion. I feel like Imagination, a woman can wear that easily. It's not a feminine fragrance, definitely unisex, but I do feel like a woman would gravitate towards Imagination a little bit more. When it comes to Lemensity, this one has a really nice ambery base that just leans a little bit more masculine on the dry down. But when you first spray this, the way that the grapefruit is just like the most brightest burst of joy that comes out of this fragrance. It's so beautiful the way that they were able to capture that grapefruit in here. So I love that because, you know, it's that fresh and clean that I love with the grapefruit, the bergamot. In the mid, we have rosemary, sage, watery notes, and geranium. And in the base, you have some ambroxan, amber, and some labdanum. So a lot of the same notes is what I notice in these men's fragrances. One thing about, like, I study women's fragrances. I'm always looking up new notes. I want to see like what certain fragrances have in common. Like, I really study fragrance. It's one of my favorite just pastimes. I love fragrance. When it comes to men's fragrances, I'm just like, does it smell good or not? You know what I mean? And so I never quite knew that a lot of these fragrances have similar notes. Like, even the ones that I don't care for, I feel like they always have very similar notes in the male fragrances. But yeah, this one is really good. You don't need both Imagination and Lemensity, but if you want something a little bit more masculine, I would go with Lemensity. If you want something a little bit more fresh and kind of sweetened, I would go with Imagination. But both of these are absolutely gorgeous. And in the same way that I feel like you can wear Imagination like all day, every day, I feel like Lemensity is one that if you wanted to dress up a little bit more, or if you wanted to go out, you know, for a date night or something, this would be really good for that. So love Lemensity, but both of these are amazing. Okay, so next up, I want to talk about a floral fragrance, and I love a rose note on a man. Okay, love it. Now this is in my personal collection. This is Oud Silk Mood from Mason Francis Kirkjohn. If you're one of my girls watching this, you probably are very familiar with Oud Satin Mood, and that is what I would say is the more feminine version of Oud Silk Mood. But Oud Silk Mood was actually the first one that I picked up between those two for myself, and the more that I smelled this and the more I got into my like feminine bag, I did start to put this one down. This is a little bit more masculine because this is like a rose oud, but this is so beautiful and this smells so good on a man. Oh my goodness. Once I smelled it on a guy, I was like, you know what? It smells better on a man than it does on me. So I'm gonna stick with the Oud Satin Mood and then, you know, let the guys do Oud Silk Mood. But this is still a beautiful fragrance. I actually used to prefer Silk Mood over Satin Mood because Satin Mood is so powdery and this one is not that powdery. And of course, Oud Silk Mood is one of those like rose oud fragrances, but this one has notes of Bulgarian rose, some chamomile and bergamot in the top. In the mid, we have guaiac wood and hedion. And then in the base we have oud and papyrus, and I don't know y'all, it's something about this, maybe it's the chamomile, it's very calming, but that rose in this I will say is quite sharp, especially if you're comparing it to an Oud Satin Mood, which is going to be a little thicker, velvety, and this one is silk, so it's a little thinner, and you know what I mean, like it has a little bit more of a sharper edge. It's hard to explain, but this is really good, and I have to always talk about them in tandem because I feel like people, that's how they associate these. But I would say Oud Satin Mood is going to be for my girls and Oud Silk Mood is going to be for my guys. But you can share them both if you just so happen to have them in your collection. And I'm going to just tell you, this on a man, like this is giving a wealthy man, okay? This is a man that has the Maybach. He has a driver, okay? Think Mr. Big from Sex and the City. Very wealthy. He has the penthouse, marble floors. I mean, he wears designer from head to toe. All of the sweaters are cashmere, but he does not wear the logos, okay? But everything he has, honey, is very high-end, very luxurious, and it is just, that's what this gives, just like a wealthy man, and he has it all the way together. I'm talking about 401k stacked. Okay, the Roth IRAs, honey, all the things. And if he has any children, best believe they have a trust fund. He is that type of man. Very, very, very wealthy. And just, this is such a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, but it's not loud. So if you are a man and you are looking for a rose fragrance, I highly recommend Oud Silk Mood from MFK. I don't think you can go wrong with this one. If you want to grab the attention of someone, I'm gonna say a woman, but anybody, okay, this is a really, really, really good one. You can dress this up. This is giving gala. This is giving wearing a tuxedo, wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing your thing, like you have on a full suit. This is so, so, so beautiful. It makes me want to pull it out. But the more that I envision the man wearing it, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of masculine, but it's not. Like it's so, so, so pretty. Get your nose on this one. And this, but again, this is Oud Silk Mood from MFK. Now I have another rose fragrance that I have to mention. This is for my fellas on a budget, okay? This is Swiss Arabian's Shagaf Oud. Y'all, this is so strong. I've had this in my collection for years. This is so strong. So when I originally purchased this, I got this in conjunction, well, to really test out the difference between this and Oud Bouquet from Lancome. Over time, I decided that I liked Oud Bouquet more. It's just a lot more velvety. It's just a lot more soft and feminine, in my opinion. The praline on that is super sweet, and it just hugs the skin and gives you like that really nice feminine, you know, beautiful touch. But Oud Satin Mood has a sharper rose in it that I thought I liked a little bit more, but the more I let this sit, and you guys know Middle Eastern fragrances, I mean, they get stronger and stronger and stronger, and this one is no joke. When I tell you, you don't need much of this, you don't. But this is giving Dubai vibes, okay? This is the guy that is super wealthy, honey. He has the Bentley truck, okay? He's that type of wealth. It's giving Rick Ross the boss, if you ask me. Like Miami vibes, you know, just like, you know, he's a little bit more flashy, but this is such a sexy rose oud fragrance, and it's sweetened up really nicely. It's super like thick and kind of heavy. You don't need much, but this is gorgeous. Tried and true. I mean, if you like this type of DNA, you can't beat the price point on this. And since then, they have come out with so many different flankers, but I still feel like this is one of the most like expensive smelling, cheaper fragrances out there, okay? This is again Shagaf Oud from Swiss Arabian, and there aren't many notes in this one either. I hope I'm not blinding you guys with this bottle, but we have notes of saffron, rose, oud. Oud is in here twice actually. We have some praline and we also have some vanilla. So this is just a very sexy, sweet, like rose fragrance for a man that I feel like, listen, if you're into a oud, if you're into a rose, but the oud is not a stinky oud in my opinion. It's just one of those super heavy, like thick kind of ouds, but it's not stinky, okay? So this is safe in that regard, but it's just really pretty. It's such a gorgeous, sexy, sexy, sexy scent. When you hug this man, you know he gonna take care of you. He gonna take care of everything. You don't have to worry, okay? You just hop in and he got it all handled. The reservations are made. You know, he has the flowers waiting for you. I feel like the man who has the oud silk mood, he's gonna send the car to pick you up. This one, he's gonna pick you up. Okay, so piggybacking off of that fragrances, we're gonna move into more of our sweeter fragrances. The first one I wanna talk about, you see this cute little baby bottle. This is By the Fireplace from Replica. How cute is this bottle, y'all? And this is one that I do feel like is very unisex. A man or a woman can wear this. I've worn this, but I do like to sweeten it up because it's very smoky, hence By the Fireplace, okay? So we have notes of clove, pink pepper, orange blossom. In the mid, we have some chestnut, some guaiac wood, and juniper. And then in the base, we have vanilla, Peru balsam, and cashmere. I will say that overall, the scent of this is going to give you chestnuts, roasting by the fireplace, but that Peru balsam definitely comes through, so it gives it like this clean, kind of like foresty type of scent to it. And to me, that's what makes this lean a little bit more on the masculine side than it does on the feminine side. But I love the sweetness in this. I love the nuttiness, the woodiness in this. The vanilla definitely comes through. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance, and definitely one that I feel like, you know, you can have in your collection and share with your significant other. You can't go wrong with this one. It's available at Sephora, so it's very accessible, and I love that. But yeah, this is just a tried and true that I had to mention. It's so sexy. It's perfect for this cold weather that we've been having. It's very cozy. It's just so, so, so nice. And I like this, but since I've got Beau by Lise, I think that's what it's called, I feel like that one's just a little bit more powdery, a little bit smoother. So to me, that's more of the feminine version of By the Fireplace. But otherwise, this is just a gorgeous fragrance that I would definitely be picking up if I did not have that fragrance. And another thing I want to mention about this fragrance is that it's so warming and comforting. And a lot of the times we don't think about that when it comes to male fragrances, but this one was created like and blended so impeccably well that there's nothing synthetic about this. Everything you smell in this fragrance is very like true to the nature of the note. You know what I mean? Like very true to that. So I love that. Nothing about this is synthetic. It's just so, so, so good. Definitely, I mean, it's not an underrated fragrance because a lot of people know about it, but I do think it's one that gets kind of lost in the sauce a little bit because it is so popular. And, you know, people sometimes are like, oh, I'm tired of everybody wearing Baccarat, or I'm tired of everybody wearing By the Fireplace. That's kind of this fragrance. It's in that same vein of like, yeah, a lot of people have it, but it's good for a reason. So I love this. I mean, this is the perfect size bottle for me. But if I was getting this for a man, I would definitely get him a large bottle. And I feel like this is a fragrance that he would go through like with no problem. It's a perfect winter fragrance. So good. Next up, we have a unique one in my opinion. Now, it's not unique because you've never smelled anything like this, but this is unique on a man. Oh my goodness, I love this fragrance so much. Like, this is something that I would wear. This is called Born to Stand Out DGAF, and you know what that means, okay? But it's so opposite of that name, because it does not give, you know, like a mean person or a person who is nonchalant. This is so powdery, sweet, and like comforting. This is so pretty. I get like an almond kind of scent, but I know it's not almond because I don't like almond. But the way that almond kind of gives like a powderiness to fragrances, that's what this is. And smelling this on a man, to me, is just so unexpected. But y'all, it smells so good. Let's get into the notes of this one. So in the top, we have some sage, citruses, violet, and Calabrian bergamot. In the mid, we have sandalwood, pepper, Bulgarian rose, and incense. And in the base, we have cashmeran, musk, tonka bean. That's that creaminess. I think I'm getting that powderiness. And then some amber and balsamic notes. Y'all, this is so good. A woman will definitely wear this, and I feel like a man would smell this and be like, it's giving a little feminine, okay? But I'm telling you, once you get this on skin, it's something about the juxtaposition when it comes to a man wearing a more feminine leaning fragrance that makes it so sexy to me. And I think the same that goes for women. When we wear something a little bit unisex and, you know, giving something a little bit masculine, but you're done up, you got your hair done, your makeup, you know, and you're looking super feminine, it's something so sexy about that. And that's what this is for my guys. Oh my goodness, this one is so pretty. Now, speaking of sage, I have another fragrance here. This is from the House of Initio, and this is Paragon, you guys. So this is what the bottle looks like, and this is such a clary sage. It's definitely sage heavy on this one. The sage and lavender in this comes through. This is a very aromatic fragrance. I think of a beautiful spa, but to me this leans very masculine, and when a man wears this, the woodiness that comes through and the lavender and the sage, lavender can lean masculine too. A lot of fragrances lately, you know, they've been adding it to a lot of women's fragrances, but I've always looked at lavender as like a masculine type of note because it's very aromatic, and this one is no different. But this also has a beautiful plum note in here, and also some Palo Santo. Palo Santo is one of my favorite scents when I'm smelling like in my home. I love that scent, and in particularly on a man. So just imagine like a sexy spa kind of clean, fresh fragrance, but it still has that warmth to it. This one lasts forever on the skin too. And I feel like it lasts a long time because you do have that oud in the base. And y'all, oh my goodness, the more I keep smelling this, it's like I need to go back to this. My girl Monroe actually gave me this fragrance, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was shocked at how much I really enjoyed this. This is also one of the most unique fragrances I feel like I've smelled before. This is very addictive, and I think it's addictive because it has that spa-like quality, something that you just kind of crave for comfort, you know what I mean? But it's not cozy to me. It's very just like aromatic and earthy. Oh my goodness, the earthiness in this, it's something that you crave. It's very grounding, if that makes sense. Like, this one is good, y'all. Very fresh, and this is one you don't have to wait on the dry down for it. It smells quite the same throughout. I would say on the dry down it gets a little bit more woody, but this is a fragrance that smells amazing throughout the full like term of you wearing it. Next up, this is for my fellas who love a woody fragrance, okay? Like, if you like woody fragrances, you're gonna love this. This is Tom Ford's Oud Wood, and you know Tom Ford has been slacking, okay, for quite some time, but this one is a non-offensive oud, woody type of fragrance that I feel like it just smells nice and posh and kind of just polished. This is something you can wear kind of casually. I can see, I don't know, I just see like a nice third piece on a man, you know, a nice leather jacket, some leather boots, if you will, nice pair of jeans. You know, everything fits nicely and tailored, but he's just a classic kind of simple man, but he smells good. Good job. You know what I mean? Nice car. He's doing all the things right, you know? It's just really classic to me. Very polished and put together. I love this one. Is it extremely unique? Not at all, but it does smell really good and sexy on a man. And just to get into the notes, we have some oud, Brazilian rosewood, some cardamom, sandalwood, Sichuan pepper, vanilla, vetiver, tonka bean, and amber. And the vetiver I love in this because it gives it a little bit of a fresh take, especially when you first spray this. It's a fresh and clean kind of scent, but it dries down to nothing but just like a really nice, woody, polished, put together fragrance. Very good, nice blind buy. It is quite expensive, I feel like, for what it is. But if you know, like men, some men, most men, they are not, you know, into having 200-300 fragrances, okay? If they have a good little 2 or 3, this is good. And I feel like this is a good one to have in your like top 5 lineup, you know, if you're a simple guy. Okay, so last but not least, this is for the fellas who like a boozy fragrance, okay? And I had to mention this one because Old Fashioned by Kilian is the epitome of a boozy fragrance. I have Angel Share and I love it, and that's, you know, like a nice whiskey type of scent too, but it's super sweet. It's cognac, you know, syrupy sweet. This one smells just like an Old Fashioned. I don't know how they were able to do, I mean, of course we know it's, you know, Hennessy, but they were able to capture an Old Fashioned in this bottle so well. Now, do I want to go around smelling like an Old Fashioned? Absolutely not. But if you like a boozy fragrance, this is really good. This reminds me of just going into like a nice, sexy, dimly lit speakeasy, and you have, you know, your Old Fashioned, and this, it has such a good balance of sweetness. It's not overly sweet like Angel Share. This is really, really, really nice, you guys. Like Old Fashioned, but you don't smell like you spilled a drink on you, if you know what I mean. So that's what I mean. Like they were able to really capture that Old Fashioned scent without it being like too much. And this one has some unique notes in it as well. So we have some wheat, Davana, and bergamot in the top. In the mid, we have Immortelle, cedar, whiskey, orange blossom, and tuberose. And in the base, we have Tolu blossom and styrax, y'all. A lot of those notes I am not familiar with, but when I tell you this is a very unique fragrance because of the way that they were able to capture an Old Fashioned in here without the orange zest. I don't smell the orange zest peel. The orange zest from the peel. I don't smell that in this. It's just boozy and very unique. It's definitely a fragrance that I can appreciate and can smell on a man and be like, wow, that smells really nice, you know? But I can, it's so distinct that I know immediately when I'm smelling this, you know? So yeah, this is a really, really, really great fragrance. Again, for the fellas who like a boozy note. Ladies, if you like for your man to have that boozy type of smell to it, spicy, but not too heavy, this one I would say lasts about 5 hours with moderate projection, but it's really good. This is one that you know, wear for close encounters. Again, at a speakeasy, at a bar, and you're like really close to them, leaning in for conversation. That's this type of fragrance. I really enjoy this one. It's really good. All right, y'all, so those are all of the fragrances that I have in my possession that I can recommend for the fellas for Valentine's Day, or just to have in your collection in general. There are 2 additional fragrances that I want to mention really quickly. There is the Valentino Uomo line. I'll pop up a picture here. That one is really good. The original pink one, very, 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 very good. I love that fragrance. It's a nice fruity fragrance. Definitely just the male version of Valentino Donna Born in Roma for the girls. That is a really good fragrance, safe blind buy, and I love the fruitiness of that on a man. And the other one that I want to mention is the Polo fragrance. Usher is the face of it. It comes in a beautiful bottle. It looks like a flask or something like that. Silver, really, really nice. That one is a heavily fruity, I almost kept it for myself because I did get it in PR because it smelled so good. Super fruity and nice. Love that one. Those are easily accessible. You can go to Sephora, you can go to Ulta, I do believe, to pick those up. Not niche, but they smell really good, especially if you like a fruity fragrance and you're a guy. So love those as well. So I just wanted to throw those in at the last minute. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this video. Again, I don't make content for the fellas. I don't even know how to do that, but I did my best today, and I did just share the things that I enjoy smelling on a man. And so I hope it was helpful for y'all. Make sure to check out the description box. I will have everything linked down below that I mentioned today, and I will also link it like in the little tab right underneath the video because it's a little bit easier to find. So thanks again so much for watching, and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye, y'all.
She comfortable.